Hey guys, welcome back to Today in DeFi. Back again here with our weekly airdrop farming alpha. So this week there's a new chain launch, which is Monad, a new layer 1. It's a pretty cool layer 1, and it's distributing ecosystem incentives at the start of its launch. Unlike Katana, which is right now distributing incentives that actually the chain is already live for quite a while, but they're still distributing incentives. So it's a pretty cool mechanic to see that older or already launched protocol giving quite huge incentives just means that I think they are trying to do something new. But Monad here is doing the traditional way of marketing a new chain, which is to give incentives upon its launch. So right now on this Merkle dashboard here, you can find interesting farms. We're going to give you one of interesting ones, and we actually covered this on our premiums a week ago. So it's a vault on sNUSD on Upshift. So it's pretty simple here. You just deposit AUSD, which is from Agora AUSD. Just deposit it here on Upshift, and last week there's a whopping 26% APR. For the last 7 days has been earning like 26.06% APR, but I think this will be diluted as more people will be aping into the vault. First come first serve. If you are faster on knowing this vault, which we actually did on our premiums, you can actually farm this amount of APR last week, which is a really good APR on just the rewards. All right, so that's for Monad. You can actually search for Merkle and discover the Monad section here. You can look on some assets, look on some protocols here. You got Uniswap, Morpho, Gearbox, Curvents, which is a smaller protocol, but I think it's quite an alpha if it's still small and a lot of people are still farming it. But yeah, you need to actually see the market, and for example here LP pool, but it's on volatile markets like AUSD, REP, BTC. I will actually rather prefer farms like this. Earn AUSD, which is Upshift, earn AUSD, and you put it to actually amplify the rewards. It will not stack up. You will actually give up the APRs here. And yeah, this like 32% is already including the 26% here. So you can actually stack it like 60%. It doesn't work that way for LP vault tokens. Even if it is, it will be very quick to be diluted by people, because I think you're not the only one who are thinking that way. But yeah, you can search for this if you want and handpicked, curated by us, risk-adjusted returns that we think is best. And yeah, you can actually visit our premiums and subscribe to our premiums. There's a 15% discount. Today is the last day of the Black Friday sale, and you can level up your farming alphas. And yeah, that's for Monad. Here is like one of the interesting curve pools that we got on Monad, and yeah, we'll do risk analysis here this week for that. And another interesting airdrop we got is actually Liquid, and they haven't announced their airdrop. We're trying to be very early on interesting airdrops like this. This is actually like perps trading. You can actually do delta neutral, like open, I think I've said like multiple times, of delta neutral trading on protocols like Liquid, Hyperliquid, or sorry, on Lighter, Hyperliquid, Trade XYZ, or anything related to perps. For example, if you have one BTC on spot, you can open like a short position, which also like one BTC on short positions. That will actually make your USD value not changing, but you will still farm the funding rates. That's called basis rate. Or you can actually generate volume, which will actually translate into points, like for example for Lighter or for Aster and anything. And yeah, that's for Liquid. There's some interesting farms here on Pendle, because only on today there's 3 new farms here from Neutrl and 2 from Lido. It's quite interesting. Also, I think there's also one from Infinifi here. It's newly launched just today, which is giving you, for a while, let me search it for you. Yeah, but anyways, you can actually farm these airdrop points for Neutrl and Strategy ETH. So Strategy ETH, just like the vault, sNUSD is a vault token, and it's right now the PT for this is actually 3.97%. If you are pretty satisfied with the 3.97% ETH on ETH APR, please do note that it is actually an ETH farm, not a USD farm, which meaning that you're using your ETH assets to generate yield, and we're focusing on the quantity amount of ETH that will be generated. This will be an interesting opportunity. If you want to do YTs, I think it's still interesting because it's actually offering you the implied yield here is actually lower than the underlying yield, but please do note that the underlying yield can actually fluctuate. But if you know how to evaluate YTs, and if you think that this is an amazing opportunities to actually farm for the mellow rewards, so if you buy YT, you will actually also farm the mellow rewards mellow points that you get for buying YTs here on Pendle for strategy ETH. Yeah, this is one of the interesting opportunity for on Pendle. And yeah, Infinifi, one of DeFi's cool products here. I think it's also on the Ethereum ecosystem. They are launching a season 2 rewards program. So the season 2 rewards program covers if you lock your assets here for a certain APY, let's say for 4 weeks here, for a month, you can get 10.26% APR for USDC. But please do note that you have to actually give up your liquidity for 1 month. By the way, all of this stated on this video is not financial advice. Please do your own research. If you want to actually access our own research, you can click up on todayindefi.com/premiums. The link is down below. So for example, you can vote on markets here. You can even stake your USDC for their senior tranche, offering you like a 7.78% projected net APY, which is way above like US treasuries or your bank deposit yields. So yeah, it's actually already earning like points for the Infinifi Season 2 points program. Yeah, I think that's it for the airdrop farming alphas for this week, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.